finally, I have some good news to tell you. We might actually see a pipeline built, and we might see it relatively soon. Now, unlike the Energy East pipeline and the Kinder Morgan pipeline expansion that will both be mired in legal opposition from environmental and Aboriginal groups for years, the Keystone XL pipeline from Hardisty, Alberta to ports in the Gulf of Mexico has a very, very good chance of being built. And it isn't because of any carbon tax or climate leadership plan. It's exactly the opposite. It's because Donald Trump was elected and he's quickly keeping his word to get the long-stalled pipeline project moving again within the first 100 days of his presidency. This is great news for Alberta. We need those jobs here desperately. But where does Premier Rachel Notley stand on Keystone XL? Well, after the news broke about Trump moving quickly to get Keystone going again, Rachel Notley said this, and I quote, "The project is going to create good jobs here in Alberta, and that's my focus." And then she said, "It's not that we haven't been a fan of the Keystone XL, it's that it hasn't been a priority," end quote. No one told Rachel Notley's hand-picked appointee to the Oil Sands Advisory Group, Karen Mahone, and her anti-oil group Stand Earth, that the NDP want to see Keystone XL built. Stand Earth wants to block it. Look at this tweet. Rachel Notley, block Keystone XL. Climate change isn't worth it. 200,000 Albertans are out of work. Calgary has a 10.3% unemployment rate right now. And this anti-oil pipeline activist that we all pay for to try to shut down the oil sands wants to block the most likely pipeline to get those Albertans back to work. Rachel Notley should fire Karen Mahone. In fact, she never should have hired her in the first place. But you know who else wasn't aware of Rachel Notley's support for Keystone XL? Well, how about Rachel Notley on June 16th, 2015, on her very first day in question period as Premier? She was asked about Keystone XL. Just listen.
Albertans need some clarity about where the NDP stands on these issues. In opposition, the NDP called pipelines job killers. The Energy Minister's Chief of Staff, her top advisor, was the Executive Director for a group that said the pipelines and rail put, I quote, our communities, livelihoods and environment in harm's way, end quote. Will the Energy Minister be crystal clear and commit today to advocate to expand market access through environmentally responsible pipelines?
Good question. Honourable Premier.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to make two things perfectly clear. First of all, our position on the Keystone was that if we ship unprocessed bitumen to Texas, according to this government and to the American government, we will give tens of thousands of Alberta jobs to Texas, not to Albertans, and that's not what Albertans want to see.
Does Rachel Notley think that to get oil in a pipeline, you just lay the thing on the ground and then the oil just sort of jumps into it like witchcraft? Does she really not know that jobs are created in upstream oil and gas by pipelines? Someone has to drill the oil and move the rig and then make the drilling lease. There will be about 135 good-paying jobs created for every idle drilling rig in Alberta if we can get them back to work. And with active drilling rig counts down by over 50% this year, some of those jobs can come back if we just get a pipeline. Rachel Notley never expected Trump to win. She never imagined that she would have to face the prospect of Keystone XL being built, but here we are. The pipeline Rachel Notley refused to support is the pipeline that's going to be the one that goes ahead long before any other one. This just shows how poor Rachel Notley's judgment is. And Rachel Notley now, she's just trying to pretend to care about Keystone XL to save herself politically. And really, the real moral of the story here is that carbon taxes don't get pipelines built. Conservative administrations do. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. To learn more about the anti-oil activists in Rachel Notley's government, go to thedestroyers.ca and get my book today.